Now, tuition plus room and board would cost $17,000. There was an apartment below us.
What quarter?
We threw five.
She's always giving me a hard time.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner was born on August 18, 1970, in Jersey City, New Jersey. His name was chosen with deep meaning and purpose. His mother named him after two important cultural figures, Malcolm X, the powerful voice of the Black freedom movement, and Ahmad Jamal, the respected jazz musician known for his smooth and thoughtful style. From the beginning, his name carried history, strength, and creativity. He was raised mostly by his mother, Pamela Warner, after his parents separated when he was still very young. She played a major role in shaping his future. She believed in discipline, education, and self-respect, and she passed those values on to her son. Malcolm grew up understanding that talent alone was not enough. Hard work and character were just as important. When he was a child, his mother noticed that he had a natural ability to perform. He was expressive, confident, and comfortable in front of people. Instead of ignoring that talent, she decided to support it fully. She moved with him to Los Angeles so he could have better opportunities in acting. This was not an easy decision. Moving across the country required courage and sacrifice, but she believed in her son's potential. In Los Angeles, Malcolm began attending acting classes and going to auditions. While many children were playing outside, he was memorizing lines and learning how to understand characters. His childhood was different from most kids his age, but it helped him build focus and maturity early in life. He later attended the Professional Children's School in New York, a school known for educating young performers. There, he continued to improve his skills. He studied not only acting but also music and literature. He learned how to observe people, how to listen carefully, and how to bring emotion into his performances. Even as a young boy, he took his work seriously. He was not chasing fame, he was chasing excellence. His mother remained his manager and protector during these early years. She made sure he stayed grounded and did not lose himself in the fast-moving entertainment industry. This strong foundation at home helped him avoid many of the problems that young stars often face. Malcolm's early life was built on love, discipline, and purpose. He grew up understanding both struggle and opportunity. He saw how hard his mother worked to create a better future for them. That experience shaped his personality. He became thoughtful, responsible, and determined. Instead of feeling pressure from his famous name, he used it as motivation. He wanted to live up to it. Before he became known to millions of viewers, he was simply a young boy with a dream and a mother who believed in him completely. That beginning would later become the quiet strength behind his long and steady career. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's life changed forever when he was cast as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. The show premiered in 1984 and quickly became one of the most popular television programs in America. It followed the life of the Huxtable family, an upper-middle-class Black family living in Brooklyn. The show broke stereotypes and showed a positive, educated, and loving Black household at a time when such representation was rare on television. Malcolm was only 14 years old when he started playing Theo, the only son in the family. The role required humor, emotion, and honesty, and he delivered all three naturally. Theo Huxtable was not written as a perfect character. He struggled in school, argued with his parents, and sometimes made poor decisions. But he was kind, curious, and relatable. Many young viewers saw themselves in him. Malcolm brought warmth and realism to the role. His performances felt natural, not forced. He knew how to pause, how to react, and how to make conversations feel real. His chemistry with the other cast members helped the show feel like a true family. Over 8 seasons, audiences watched Theo grow from a teenager into a young adult. In many ways, viewers also watched Malcolm grow up on screen. The success of the show brought fame and financial stability. Malcolm became a household name. However, he did not let fame control him. He understood that being a child star could be risky. Many young actors struggle after their first big success, but he focused on learning and improving. He directed several episodes of the show while still acting in it, showing that he wanted to grow behind the camera as well. He studied how scenes were created, how lighting worked, and how scripts were shaped. This curiosity helped him build long-term skills. When the show ended in 1992, Malcolm faced an important choice. He could either depend only on his past success or continue building his career carefully. He chose the second path. He worked in different television series, films, and stage productions. In the mid-1990s, he starred in Malcolm and Eddie, a comedy series where he also worked as a producer. This allowed him to shape stories and explore his comedic timing further. He proved that he was more than just Theo Huxtable. He was a serious actor with range and dedication. His television work later included appearances in Sons of Anarchy, American Crime Story, and The Resident. These roles showed a more mature and complex side of his acting. He played characters dealing with moral struggles, family problems, and emotional pain. With each performance, he showed growth and depth. Instead of chasing popularity, he chose meaningful work. His steady presence in television for more than 3 decades proved his commitment and professionalism. He was not a temporary star. He was a long-term artist. Although many people knew Malcolm-Jamal Warner mainly as an actor, his creative life extended far beyond television. Music was always a deep part of his identity. Inspired partly by the jazz roots connected to his name, he developed a love for rhythm, poetry, and sound. He played the bass guitar and became serious about music as he grew older. For him, music was not a side hobby. It was another language through which he could express his thoughts and emotions. He blended jazz, soul, and spoken word in a style that felt thoughtful and honest. In 2015, he received a Grammy Award for Best Traditional R&B Performance for the song Jesus Children, performed with Robert Glasper Experiment and Layla Hathaway. This achievement confirmed that he was respected in the music world, not just in acting. Winning a Grammy is not easy, and it showed that his talent was real and recognized by professionals. His spoken word performances often focused on identity, love, fatherhood, and the Black experience in America. He used simple yet powerful words to talk about complex issues. He also worked as a voice actor. One of his well-known roles was on the Magic School Bus, where his voice became familiar to many children growing up in the 1990s. Voice acting requires different skills from on-screen acting. The actor must create emotion and personality using only tone and sound. Malcolm handled this challenge smoothly. His voice was calm, steady, and warm, making it perfect for educational programming. As he grew older, he continued combining art forms. He performed live poetry with jazz musicians, creating performances that felt intimate and reflective. He valued depth over popularity. While some artists chased trends, he stayed loyal to his authentic voice. He often spoke about the importance of protecting creativity from outside pressure. For him, art was not about fame, but about truth. Through music and poetry, he shared parts of himself that television alone could not fully show. His creative journey proved that he was not limited to one talent. He was a complete artist who respected every form of expression he touched. While Malcolm-Jamal Warner was widely recognized for his acting and music, he was always very private about his personal life. Unlike many celebrities who share every detail on social media, Malcolm believed that some parts of life should remain protected. He often said that the public could understand him through his work, but his family life was something sacred. This decision helped him maintain peace and balance in an industry that is often loud and demanding. His strongest and earliest bond was with his mother, Pamela Warner. She was not only his parent but also his first manager and guide. She supported his dreams from childhood and moved with him across the country so he could build his career. Their relationship was built on trust, discipline, and deep respect. Malcolm-Jamal Warner lived a life that many people quietly admired. Unlike many celebrities who enjoy showing expensive cars, luxury vacations, and large mansions, Malcolm preferred a calm and balanced lifestyle. He understood very early how dangerous fame could be. After gaining success at a young age through The Cosby Show, he saw how the entertainment world could easily distract people from what truly matters. Because of this, he made a personal promise not to let fame control him. He focused on growth, learning, and building a meaningful life rather than chasing attention. After spending years in Los Angeles, he later chose to settle in Atlanta. The city offered a slower pace and a strong artistic community. Atlanta is known for its rich Black culture, music, film production, and supportive creative environment. For Malcolm, it was the perfect place to raise a family away from constant media pressure. He bought a home that was comfortable and peaceful rather than flashy. Friends and neighbors often described him as polite, thoughtful, and quiet. He enjoyed simple daily routines such as morning walks, reading books, practicing music, and spending time with his wife and daughter. His home was said to be filled with bookshelves, musical instruments, notebooks, and poetry drafts. It was a creative space rather than a symbol of wealth. Financially, Malcolm built steady success over more than 3 decades in the entertainment industry. While exact numbers were never officially confirmed, industry experts estimated his net worth to be between $10 and $20 million. This wealth came from multiple sources. His early success on The Cosby Show provided not only salary earnings, but also long-term residual payments from reruns and syndication. The show remained popular for many years, and those royalties continued to support him financially. Later, his work on Malcolm and Eddie added more income, especially since he also worked behind the scenes as a producer. Beyond sitcoms, Malcolm had steady roles in dramatic television series such as Sons of Anarchy and The Resident. These roles showed that he could successfully transition from teenage comedy to serious adult drama. His consistency in television over 35 years is rare in Hollywood, where many careers are short-lived. In addition to acting, he earned income from directing episodes of television shows, producing independent projects, and performing spoken-word poetry. His Grammy-winning music collaboration with Robert Glasper Experiment also strengthened his position as a respected musician. Music royalties, live performances, and creative collaborations added to his financial stability. In later years, Malcolm also launched a podcast titled Not All Hood. Through this platform, he discussed topics related to identity, culture, masculinity, and community healing. The podcast allowed him to speak honestly about issues affecting the Black community while also creating another source of income. However, money was never his main focus. Those who knew him often said he valued peace more than wealth. He avoided scandals, risky investments, and unnecessary public drama. Instead, he invested in himself, his family, and creative projects that had meaning. His lifestyle reflected discipline and purpose. He practiced mindfulness, read philosophy, and studied jazz music deeply. He enjoyed cooking at home and spending evenings playing music or writing poetry. He believed in protecting his time and energy. In interviews, he often spoke about fatherhood being one of the greatest blessings of his life. Becoming a father changed how he viewed success. Instead of measuring success only by awards or money, he measured it by presence and love. He wanted to be a present father who attended school events, read bedtime stories, and shared real conversations. In an industry that often celebrates excess and constant attention, Malcolm chose simplicity. He did not seek headlines or controversy. He built a life centered on authenticity. His wealth was not only financial but also emotional and creative. He showed that it is possible to grow from a child star into a mature, grounded adult without losing direction. His lifestyle was a reflection of careful choices, strong values, and a deep understanding of what truly matters. Through balance, discipline, and creativity, Malcolm-Jamal Warner created a life that was both successful and meaningful. Malcolm-Jamal Warner leaves behind a legacy that is larger than any single role, award, or paycheck. When people first think of him, many remember Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show. That character alone shaped how millions of viewers saw young Black men on television during the 1980s and early 1990s. Theo was not perfect, and that was important. He struggled in school, made mistakes, and learned lessons over time. Through that character, Malcolm helped show a different and more complete image of Black family life in America. The Huxtable family represented education, love, humor, and ambition. For many viewers, especially Black families, this representation felt powerful and meaningful. Malcolm's natural and honest performance made that impact even stronger. However, his legacy goes beyond that single show. What truly makes his life inspiring is the way he handled fame. Many child actors experience success at a young age, but struggle later in life. Malcolm chose a different path. Instead of chasing constant attention, he focused on growth. He worked steadily in television, including roles in Sons of Anarchy and The Resident, proving that he could mature with his audience. He allowed himself to evolve. He did not try to stay frozen in his teenage image. That ability to transition gracefully from youth to adulthood in Hollywood is rare, and it speaks to his discipline and self-awareness. His influence also extended into music and spoken word. Winning a Grammy Award alongside Robert Glasper Experiment showed that his artistic talent was real and respected. He did not depend only on acting. He expressed himself through poetry, bass guitar, and thoughtful collaborations. Through his podcast, Not All Hood, he created a safe space for meaningful conversations about identity, masculinity, culture, and healing. This showed another important side of him. He was not afraid to talk about serious topics. He wanted growth not just for himself, but for his community. Malcolm's life also sends a powerful message about privacy and balance. In a time when many public figures share every detail of their personal lives, he chose protection. He guarded his marriage and his daughter from public attention. He believed that family life should be respected and protected. This choice showed maturity and strength. He understood that real happiness often grows in quiet spaces, not in headlines. His move to Atlanta reflected this desire for balance. He built a home where creativity and peace could exist together. He proved that success does not always need to be loud. Another important part of his legacy is consistency. For more than 3 decades, he worked without major scandal or controversy. He mentored young artists and supported creative communities. He was known for professionalism and kindness on set. Many colleagues described him as thoughtful, calm, and deeply committed to his craft. That kind of steady reputation builds long-term respect. Fame can fade, but respect remains. When we look at his full journey, from a talented child in New Jersey to a respected actor, musician, and father, we see a story of discipline and purpose. He did not allow early success to define his entire identity. Instead, he continued learning, creating, and growing. His life teaches important lessons about patience, balance, and authenticity. It shows that true success is not only about awards or money. It is about staying true to your values while adapting to change. In the end, Malcolm-Jamal Warner's story is one of evolution. He began as a young boy with a dream and a strong mother who believed in him. He became a symbol of positive representation on television. He matured into a serious artist who respected both his craft and his private life. His legacy lives not only in reruns of his shows or in his music recordings, but in the example he set. He showed that it is possible to grow up in the spotlight and still remain grounded. He showed that talent combined with integrity creates lasting impact. And most importantly, he showed that a life lived with intention, creativity, and love can leave a mark that continues long after the cameras stop rolling. Malcolm-Jamal Warner was born on August 18, 1970. As he grew older in the public eye, many fans felt as if they were aging with him. They first met him as a teenager on The Cosby Show, where he played Theo Huxtable at just 14 years old. Over the years, audiences watched him move from teenage roles to adult characters, from sitcom comedy to serious drama. By the time he reached his 40s and 50s, he had already spent more than 3 decades in the entertainment industry. This long career made him one of the rare child actors who successfully transitioned into mature adulthood without losing stability or respect. As he aged, his public image also changed in a natural way. In his younger years, he was often described as charming, relatable, and funny. During the peak years of his sitcom fame, he became a symbol of young black excellence on television. However, as he entered adulthood, he focused on depth rather than popularity. He chose roles that showed emotional complexity and life experience. Instead of trying to appear forever youthful, he embraced growth. His later performances in dramatic series showed wisdom and seriousness that matched his real-life maturity. This willingness to evolve helped him maintain a strong reputation in Hollywood. There were also rumors and public questions about his personal identity, including discussions about his sexuality. Like many public figures, Malcolm experienced moments when gossip circulated online or in tabloids. However, he rarely addressed rumors directly. He believed that his private life was not public property. Throughout his life, he was known to have had meaningful relationships with women, including well-known actresses. Later, he married and became a father. He focused on protecting his family from unnecessary attention. By refusing to engage in gossip, he maintained control over his own story. His silence on rumors was not weakness. It was a choice to value dignity over drama. Malcolm's approach to identity was thoughtful and balanced. He often spoke in interviews about the importance of self-definition. He believed that Black men, especially those in the public eye, are often placed inside narrow boxes. Through his podcast, Not All Hood, he explored topics such as masculinity, vulnerability, and community healing. He encouraged honest conversations about mental health and emotional growth. In doing so, he helped expand the public image of what strength can look like. Strength, in his view, included sensitivity, responsibility, and reflection. Age also brought perspective. Malcolm often discussed how becoming a father changed him deeply. As he moved into his 50s, he seemed more focused on purpose than on recognition. He talked about slowing down, being present, and choosing projects carefully. His life became less about proving himself and more about expressing truth. Fans who had watched him for decades admired this growth. They saw a man who did not become trapped by early fame but instead allowed life experience to shape him. In many ways, Malcolm-Jamal Warner represented graceful aging in Hollywood. He showed that success does not have to fade with time. Instead, it can transform. By embracing maturity, protecting his privacy, and focusing on meaningful work, he built an image of stability and authenticity. His journey from teenage star to respected adult artist serves as a powerful example that identity is not fixed. It grows and deepens over time. Through every stage of life, he remained committed to learning, creating, and living with intention. As of today, there has been no verified report that Malcolm-Jamal Warner has passed away. He is alive, and there are no confirmed announcements from credible news organizations about his death. In recent years, several false rumors have appeared online claiming that he died in accidents or from illness. These rumors spread quickly on social media, but they were not supported by reliable sources. This situation highlights a serious issue in today's digital world. Misinformation can travel faster than truth. When people see shocking headlines, they often share them before checking facts. For public figures like Malcolm, this can create confusion and emotional stress for fans and family members. Celebrity death hoaxes are unfortunately common. Many well-known actors and musicians have experienced similar false reports. These stories are often created to gain online attention, clicks, or advertising money. In Malcolm's case, rumors have included different fictional causes of death, such as accidents or sudden health problems. However, none of these stories have been confirmed by official representatives or trusted media outlets. It is always important to verify information through respected news organizations before believing or sharing it. False news can damage reputations and create unnecessary panic. The fact that Malcolm has faced such rumors shows how widely recognized and respected he is. When a celebrity's name trends online, it often means that many people care about them. Fans who grew up watching him on The Cosby Show feel a personal connection to him. Because viewers watched him as a teenager and followed his career for decades, they feel emotionally invested. When rumors about his death appear, fans respond quickly, expressing shock and sadness. Once the truth becomes clear, many also express relief and frustration about the spread of false information. Malcolm himself has always handled public life with. He has not been known to respond dramatically to gossip or rumors. Instead, he focuses on his work and family. This steady attitude reflects his overall approach to fame. Rather than chasing headlines, he chooses meaningful projects, such as his podcast Not All Hood, where he discusses culture, identity, and social issues.